Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. Today's literature lesson is going to be on one of my personal favorite books, Lord of the Flies. It's a fantastic book. I'm so excited to be covering this book with you all. So let's get a little bit of background information. So the author is William Golding. He lived from 1911 to 1993. A little bit about his background. He went to Oxford University. He studied English literature. And in 1934, before he graduated, he made his first book of poetry, had it published. However, it was not widely known. So then he tried something else. In 1935, he taught English and philosophy at Bishop Wordsworth School in Salisbury. Golding's experience teaching young boys served as his inspiration for his novel, Lord of the Flies. While he was there, he got a chance to work with young boys, observe them, see what works for them, see what doesn't work for them, see how they interact with each other, and all of this is what gave him the inspiration to write this book. So in 1954, after 21 rejections, he was able to publish Lord of the Flies, and this explored the savage side of human nature. This book led him to continue to explore the internal struggle of good and evil in future works. Okay, so now just a little bit of the plot overview. During the war, or a war specifically, a plane evacuates 7 young boys, but the plane crashes on a tropical island, leaving the boys to fend for themselves. They are trying to build a small society, however they struggle to do so. They struggle to find food, shelter, allocate responsibilities in order to survive the duration of the time that they are being stranded. And in the story, they don't know how long they will be stranded. The setting is they are all on a desert tropical island. Wild animals roam, and there is a decent amount of resources on the island in order for them to survive. So they're having to come together, organize, and try and make sure that each and every one of them survives, and coming up with different methodologies to do so. So the characters are Ralph, Piggy, Jack, Simon, Sam, Eric, and Roger. So now we're going to touch on the important themes of this novel. There's 3 main themes in this novel: the loss of innocence, inherent evil, and building a society. The loss of innocence is represented in the fact that there's these 7 young boys, are trapped on the island, and now they have to fend for themselves. So they're losing their innocence because they're now transitioning, even though they're still an adolescent, they're transitioning from an adolescent to an adult because they have to figure out how they're going to survive, how they're going to take care of themselves, and how they're overall going to live. The next theme that's prevalent in this book as well is inherent evil. As we get farther into the book, you're going to see specific examples that are arguably evil acts, and then which leads readers to have to come to terms and ask, are humans inherently evil, or are humans inherently good? Are we good? In other words, are we good people that do bad things, or are we bad people that do good things? The next theme that's prevalent in here is building a society. As I mentioned before, these young boys, they're on a deserted island, and because there's not just a single person, there's a group of them, they all have to figure out what are their roles going to be into ensuring the survival of all. Now, I want to know what you all think. So, take out a sheet of paper, please. Don't forget to put your name and date. And I want you to answer these 3 questions. Who is your favorite character so far and why? What do you think the author wanted you to take away? Do you think this text is relevant today? Why or why not? They don't have to be super long, just a minimum paragraph for each question, okay? Now, the last thing I'm going to have you do is I want you to cover at least one of these three themes. And I want you to start a rough draft of a paper that covers one of these themes, and I want you to support it with contextual evidence. So in the beginning of this video, I gave some hints and some little bit of examples, but I want you to come up with more. And while you're doing so, this doesn't have to be too formal. It's just going to be a rough draft, or if you feel more comfortable with just providing bullet points, that's all right too. And I want you to bring me a list next time we meet of specific examples within the book. Make sure that you have the page number, the proper quotations. So the three themes that you can cover are loss of innocence, inherent evil, building a society, or if you feel that there is another theme that is there that isn't mentioned within this presentation, that is okay. You can still write on that. I want to encourage creativity. So you can, if your theme isn't listed, that's okay. I want you to just have contextual evidence to support why your theme is a theme within the book. Okay? And so you can do this on the same paper as your other examples, and I want you to bring it to next class, and we're going to be discussing it. And we'll be working in a partner, and then later on in the class, we'll be going over all of it together. All right. Thank you so much, and don't forget to be kind to somebody. Have a great day. See you next class.